So you need to pick a big enemy, and it doesn't even have to mean that you actually are enemies with this person. It could be a rival or frenemy, whatever you want. And say, listen, every customer that we're not selling, they're selling. And so we want to beat them, right? The reason that the US could get to the moon first because we were trying to beat the Russians, right? Like having a common enemy is a great thing to align the troops towards achieving a big goal. And it kind of quells the inner conflict of the team. But if everyone's trying to edge each other out, it creates a culture that, in my opinion, doesn't actually make the most total sales. You'll definitely have people who thrive in those ultra competitive environments, but you will lose people who otherwise would have been good closers in a team environment. Another amazing sales training piece that we like to do in our companies is game tape review. So first off, you absolutely need to be recording every single call that happens with the customer across the company, across the life cycle of the customer. If you're not doing that, you should do it. Please do it now. Stop the video, go do this now. All right, now, assuming you are recording all calls, this is something that completely changed my business forever, was getting sales and CS on the same call every week to review the game tape. And so you're like, why would you review sales game tape with customer success on the call? Well, because then you can say, hey guys, when you say it this way, they expect this, and it's really bad for the business. And so what it does is actually elevates both teams to a larger perspective, so they understand that, like, whenever you ever have conflict where CS is like, sales is overpromising, and sales is like, CS, stop being such babies and just do stuff, right? Like, we're the ones who make the money. Like, everyone gets it. We've all been there. And so the idea is, when you get them both on the same call, one of the other nice things is that you then review an onboarding call. Most salespeople have never seen an onboarding call. They've been selling for you for 3 years, 5 years, and they literally have no idea what happens after they click submit, or they run the card, or they send the invoice over to finance, and then they get the card, the approval for their commission. They're like, all right, next prospect, and that's fine, but they have to understand kind of the larger life cycle of the customer. And so this is what ends up happening the first time sales sees an onboarding. They're like, oh, dude, this is awesome. This is so good. Oh, I'm going to use this in my, right? They actually get way more data that arms them to be more knowledgeable in the sale and increases their conviction as a closer for the business because they believe in it. And CS can look at the sales and be like, hey, now I understand why they're coming in with these expectations. And they can give sales the feedback of like, hey, do you think if you said it like this, it would change the sale? A lot of guys are like, oh, no, I don't know. I just said it that way. I didn't know that they were coming in that way.